We live in a generation that is hyper focused on grandeur. We love big things. So we think that clarity from God is going to come as some big vision. We think that clarity from God is going to come from an angel directly speaking to us as we sleep. We think that clarity from God is going to come by someone stopping us in the street and saying they have a word for us. And whilst God can work in those ways to bring about clarity to us, actually, if we look in the Bible, oftentimes clarity is directly preceded by obedience. And so if we look at, for example, Genesis chapter 12, clarity about what Abraham was going to do, about what God was going to give him, about what God was going to do in him, came as a result of his obedience. We see in Genesis chapter 12 that God first instructs him to leave his father's house, to leave everything that he knows, and to go on a journey with his wife and all of his belongings. And then God grants him clarity. We don't get a backstory into Abraham's life, but maybe he'd been praying, God, show me what you want me to do with my life. Maybe he'd been praying, God, how long will it be until my wife has a child? Maybe he had been praying all sorts of prayers, asking God for clarity. But what we see is the first thing that happens is that he has an instruction that he needs to obey. And in obeying that instruction, clarity then comes. And so as we are going through this month and praying and seeking God for clarity, may we be reminded that actually what we are praying for is, God, give me an instruction that I will obey. And as a result of my obedience, then clarity about my situation will come. And so you might be asking for clarity about your job, but actually the first thing that God tells you is to take half of your salary and to do something with it. You might be praying for clarity as it pertains to marriage, but the first thing that God might ask you to do is actually go to your ex and ask for forgiveness because the way that you treated them wasn't right. We want clarity, but clarity and obedience go hand in hand.